Hey, let's all just agree on something. Let's just agree. Let's say no. Just say no to huge corporations buying individual properties like houses, semis, condo units, individual condo units. Let's just say no. Okay. I said big corporations. I'll get back to that in a minute, but this does exist. It doesn't exist much in Canada. It's not big in Canada at all, but it got huge in the U.S. In 2008, in the great financial crisis, when housing prices crashed, they just crashed. People were losing their homes. There's a guy called Charlie Munger, friend of Warren Buffett's, richest guys on earth. Yeah, he just went into where people were losing their homes, like 50, 60% off, and he just opened up a company, just hoovered up all the houses, rented them all out for basically break even. The prices went up, and he sold them all for, $1 billion profit. So that is not unknown in the United States. There's a number of huge companies, hedge funds, organizations who buy individual homes if they think there's been a sudden depression in the real estate values in a given area. They just come in, they sweep down, they buy just a ton of them. So we don't want that in Canada. We don't want it. But let me drill down and make sure everybody understands what I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about mom and pop people, just ordinary people, ordinary individuals. They get themselves a holdco because their accountant says that's the best tax way to go about it. And they buy themselves a couple of condos over the course of time, or they buy themselves a triplex, or they buy themselves, a separate house for maybe their kids live in it for a while they're going to university. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about corporate ownership of a couple of houses. Oh, heck, I've seen as many as, sometimes 10. I know. Everybody has stories about, I know a guy with 57. Yeah, I'm not talking about that because that had to happen a long time ago. You can't even do it today with a holdco. But hear me out. I'm just trying to say that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anybody buying a house or even 2 houses or even 3 houses, tearing them down, building a multifamily unit. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about suppressing real estate ownership on small scale to try to do improvements, or just people who want to buy extra properties may have it in a holdco. I'm talking about huge fucking corporations, like huge billion-dollar corporations, massive operations, looking to play the timing game when markets go down. Yeah, we're going to dive in, rent them out, then we're going to flip them later at a big profit when markets return. And by the way, one of the reasons we rarely see this in Canada is the price of houses in Canada is batshit crazy. I mean, even the Americans, the big Americans like Blackrock come up here and say, fuck me, these prices are nuts. I mean, nobody could make money on this. And, and they don't buy them. But look, let's just deal with this in a reasonable way. We don't want Blackrock doing it. We don't want Vanguard doing it. We don't want Brookfield doing it. We don't want any of these companies getting in the business of buying up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, and then maybe even thousands of Canadian homes to make a profit on a flip. Might take a 5-year flip, who knows, but no, we don't want that. We don't need that. We shouldn't have it. Again, retail investors, small time, mom and pop stuff, all good. Do whatever you want. So let's say to the big corporations hoovering up houses, let's just put a big fuck no out there. No, we don't want that. And let's make it a federal law. I know. Oh, land use is provincial, Ron. I don't give a shit. I'm sure the federal government will find out a way to do this. It's got to be a way. They can do just about anything else, right? So why do I think it's important, even though I've just finished telling you it hardly happens at all in Canada? Why do I think it's important? Because aren't you fed up? Isn't everybody in Canada fed up with something going way fucking wrong? And then the government says, whoopsie. Yeah, we never thought of that. Yeah, like the international students. Oh, look, there's 860,000 international students coming in here this year. That's fucked up. And the government says, oh, no, well, it's sort of a provincial thing. If the schools approve it, we have to issue the visas. And oh, wait, there's another 800 coming. Whoa, fuck, we're screwed. Oh, says the government. Whoops. Oh, geez. Okay, so let's try and look into that and fix it. So let's not do that stupid shit anymore. Okay, let's think about things that could go wrong, that are simple, that cost nothing. This doesn't cost any government a penny. Just make the law. No huge corporation in Canada can buy individually titled properties. Just individual homes, semis, towns, condos. If it's got an individual title clearly meant for just regular folks to buy, that should be banned. Huge corporations and hedge funds shouldn't be able to do that. Government, just do it. We want to avoid a future whoops